In this video, we're going to be taking our first look at the very big MagMax Nitro from Puma. Hello everybody and welcome to FORDY Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running and athletics coach based here in the UK. When I'm not coaching runners, I like to make YouTube videos about running shoes. And in today's video, we've got a brand new shoe from the guys from Puma. This is the enormous MagMax. Now that does sound a bit like Mad Max, but it's actually MagMax. So this is a max stack, ultimate cushioned running shoe from Puma. This is the sort of first attempt at this sort of max stacked running shoe. And I think, to be honest with you, after first impressions, they've done pretty well. But before we get into what I think about it, let's firstly do a couple of things. Number one, I need you all to hit that subscribe button because we're trying to get to 8 million subscribers on this YouTube channel. The second thing, I need you to go down into the comments and tell me, do you like the look of this shoe? And thirdly, I need you to listen to this disclaimer. Okay, right, so with that disclaimer done, let's get into this mental looking shoe. Okay guys, so I'm not a huge fan of max stacked daily trainers. Because of, I think, more pronate and have some pronation issues, big stack shoes tend not to work that well for me. I prefer a slightly more up-tempo daily trainer, a little bit more low slung. So I want you to think of like Rebel 4, Hoka Max 6, Brooks Hyperion 2, SL2 from Adidas. That's the sort of daily trainer that I prefer. But that's not to say I don't enjoy these shoes, because I do. Okay, so how this video is going to work, I'm going to tell you what's going on here, and some of it's going to be guesswork. And then I'm going to tell you about the things I like, things I don't like in this first impressions video. Right, so firstly, let's tick off the stats and features. Okay, we don't know a hell of a lot about the shoe. The shoe was sent over from the guys at Start Fitness, and I want you to all go over to startfitness.co.uk, use the code FORDYRUNS, where you're going to be able to get this shoe and loads of other shoes from Puma pretty cheap. Okay, so what I can tell you is the shoe's going to be around about £170. We've got the Nitro foam in here. It's got Puma grip on the outsole. I'll show you all these bits in just a second. It weighs 320 grams, so that's over 11 ounces. We've got a mesh upper. It fits true to size. We've got power tape on the shoe to help with the support. It's a very wide base, which is good news. And the stack, I believe, and this is to say unconfirmed, is 46 down to 38, which gives us that Puma 8mm drop. Now, I know some of their shoes have been 10mm drop this year, so I am wondering whether there is a deviation or a difference, let's say, in the stack height versus what I've seen. So again, I don't have the official stack heights at the moment that I'm making this video. So if you do know those, drop them in the comments. Okay, either way, let's move on. Right, so let's have a look at the shoe. So this is the upper, and it's very similar to what you get on the Puma shoes at the moment, which is pretty awesome stuff. You've then got the Nitro foam running through the shoe. It's an absolute monster in terms of the stack height. You do have a bit of a heel counter at the back. You've got this fantastic tongue, which I'll come on to. There's the power tape there, so that's adding some structure to the upper to help with support. Puma grip outsole, which we know is just awesome. I want you to look at the width of the shoe. See it? It's a very wide platform, which is very good in terms of stability. And there's the overall shoe. I think it looks absolutely cracking in this blue colorway. I have seen a black colorway, but I kind of like this a lot. Okay, so like I said, this was sent over to me from the guys at Start Fitness. They have all the Puma shoes. So if you're looking to get this or any of the other Puma shoes out there, head over to startfitness.co.uk and use that code FORDYRUNS and you get a cheeky little discount. Right, so for me, easy miles in the shoe. The ride it's bouncy, but it's not mushy and it's not really soft, which actually is a huge positive, because the trouble is with some of these max stack shoes, they can become overly soft and overly squishy and become uncontrollably unstable. But because the Nitro foam in the shoe works so well, actually it's not unstable well at all. Now don't get me wrong, this would not suit somebody who pronates, okay, but I was really surprised how stable the ride was, and I think a lot of that comes down to the width of the shoe, the good coverage of the Puma grip. Obviously it's aided a little bit by the power tape, but also I think not the firmness of the Nitro, but because probably it's not so soft is what helps it be a little bit stable. So this could be a max stack shoe for somebody who's obviously shied away from those sort of more 4s and all that sort of more 5s. shoes in the past. What I can tell you is this shoe is extremely comfortable. It's very nice to run easy miles in. It's responsive enough with the Nitro foam. It just gives you that sort of gentle bounce back as you sort of poodle along. The outsole is an absolute dream on it. The upper works extremely well in terms of comfort, ventilation and everything else you'd want on it. Lockdown, no problem. No issues with heel rubbing, no issues with blisters. Despite it being really warm at the moment here in the UK, I've had no issues with this shoe so far in terms of rubbing or anything like that. Interestingly though, the left shoe feels a pinch smaller than the right one, but that could just be my feet. Okay, so let's move on to the things I like. Now again people, this is a first impressions video and we will come back and do a follow-up video as we always do on this channel. But what I can say in terms of first impressions, what I like. I really like the tongue. It's a bit weird, but I just really like this gusseted sort of stretchy knit tongue on the shoe. It's so comfortable. I really, really like it. I like the comfort. I like the upper. I like the Nitro foam. Nitro foam is great, and as I said, what we've got here is not so soft that it's like really unstable, but you've got a nice blend of that nice bounce back, soft-ish, but not unstable. I like the wide platform. I like Puma grip. I like the laces. I like the fit. If this does come out at £170, I say that's unconfirmed to me at the time of making this video, then I think that's okay. It is moving towards the expensive side. I would prefer to see this shoe as like £150, but okay, it is what it is. I think it looks great, and that's probably about it in terms of the likes. Dislikes, obviously weight is an issue, but I do appreciate that these Max Stack shoes are heavier, so that's a little bit naughty of me, but I always prefer something a little bit lighter. But again, that's going to be hard to get in a Max Stack shoe. And other than that, if it is £170, then okay, that's not going to be my favourite price point for the shoe, but as that's unconfirmed, let's put that to one side. So look, to conclude, the MagMax or Mad Max is, I think, a very good first sort of stab at that Max Stacked daily trainer from Puma. It's very easy to run easy in the shoe. The Nitro foam is not overly soft, so it gives you the confidence to go out there and cruise about, even if you have some stability issues. Again, this is not a stability shoe. But because of the wide platform, I think it will appeal to some people who can't get on with shoes like the Morph V5 or whatever version there are, some of those other Max Stack shoes. The Nitro foam is responsive enough to give you that comfort and that feedback as you're running along in it. The upper's really nice. It follows over from the rest of the other Puma shoes that we have in terms of comfort and functionality. It works really well. I absolutely love this tongue, and I don't know why. But yeah, I just think it's a very good Max Stack daily trainer. I think if that's your sort of thing, say it's not mine, but if it is that sort of thing for you, you enjoy these shoes for those easy days, those recovery days, or even if you like taking them on a slightly longer run, you're really going to like this. So yes, well done Puma. First impressions, I really like this, and as I said, go over to startfitness.co.uk, use the code FORDY, you'll be able to pick these up. But yeah, I really like this first incarnation of the MagMax, although I might have changed the name. I might have called it Big Dog. Let me know in the comments if you agree. So yes, well done Puma. I like that a lot. Thank you very much. We will come back. We will put more miles into the shoe, and then we'll feed that back to you. I think I'm going to use this shoe more and more as we get towards the sort of business end of marathon training, where those easy miles really need to be easy, and when those recovery miles I need to be recovering, especially on that Monday run that I've been doing. So yes, I would say this is a shoe for some people who really want that sort of easy Max Stack daily trainer, but you may have not got on with some of the other squishy, really overly soft shoes that are out there, and maybe you just like Puma shoes. I think you're really gonna dig this. Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe before you leave me today. Thanks again to the guys at Start Fitness, and I'll catch you all later.